Hi, this is Ishita Datta, a legal intern at Lexis & Company, and today I will be talking about the topic which is outraging the modesty of a woman. Chapter 16 of the Indian Penal Code deals with the offences affecting the human body. Under the said chapter, sections 349 to 374 are offences related to criminal force and assault. Section 354 provides for an offence which is committed against a woman by using assault or criminal force to outrage the modesty of woman. The offence under section 354 is said to be constituted if the following essentials are present in the act committed. First is the use of assault or criminal force against a woman. Second is intention to outrage the modesty of that woman. Third is who is considered as a woman under this section. So section 10 of the IPC defines the term woman as a female human being of any age. Therefore, the offence under section 354 can be committed against women of all ages. So what is modesty? To define this, in the case law of State of Punjab versus Major Singh, the Supreme Court held that the essence of woman's modesty is sex, and anyone who has committed an act against a woman which is clearly suggestive of sex, then such acts shall be punishable under section 354 of the IPC. In this case, the accused had walked into the room of a 7.5-month-old female child. He was held to have committed an offence under section 354 as he had intentionally outraged the modesty of the child by committing an indecent act. The Supreme Court held the accused liable as he had outraged the modesty of the little victim which was capable of. In R versus Court, the House of Lords have observed that a person is held to be guilty of an indecent assault if he intentionally assaults the victim, and such an act is considered to be an indecent by the right-minded persons of the society. Therefore, the act shall be considered as an assault outraging the modesty of any woman if such an act is construed to be an indecent act by the common understanding of the right-minded persons of the society. Further, the word modesty as used in this section is attributed to the sex of the victim as decided by the courts in various cases. So what is the crux of the offence under section 354? It is the culpable intention that the accused possesses in using the criminal force or assault against the woman, which is the crux of the offence. The court affirmed that the act of merely touching a woman's belly cannot be held as an offence of outraging the modesty of that woman unless the culpable intention is proved and established beyond a reasonable doubt. Further, in the case of Devinder Singh versus Hari Ram, the court held that if a girl is pushed and beaten up by a man, it is established that the fact of assault and not the intention to outrage the girl's modesty. Therefore, the proof of culpable intention to outrage the modesty of the woman is very vital in cases under section 354. In the case of Aman Kumar versus State of Haryana, the Apex Court clarified the necessary elements of the offence under section 354 and held that the act of pulling a woman, removing her dress, coupled with the request of sexual intercourse with an intention to outrage the modesty of any woman, or with the knowledge that such act is likely to outrage the modesty of a woman, is sufficient enough to constitute an offence under section 354. The courts in several cases where the accused cannot be punished for the offence of rape owing to the lack of evidence as to that offence have convicted the accused for the offence of outraging the modesty of the victim. So in the case law of State versus Musa, the victim was a married woman. She alleged two men who had dragged her in her own home and had raped her one after the other. There were traces of semen on her clothes which was produced as medical evidence before the court, but there was no such traces on the clothes of the accused persons. Therefore, the court, with the opinion that there was no cases of rape made out, but the accused was held guilty of an offence under section 354 as they had indecently dragged the victim with the intention of outraging her modesty. Therefore, to establish the case under section 354, the prosecution must not only prove the use of assault or criminal force against the woman, but also the intention to outrage the modesty of a woman must be proved beyond a reasonable doubt. For the defense in cases under section 354, it is very essential to establish that the woman was a consenting party in the act. it is a well settled principle that if the woman is a consenting party to the act, there cannot be any outraging of modesty. The provisions under section 354 also provides for the punishment in the case of any act resulting to use of assault or criminal force with an intention to outraging the modesty of a woman. Previously, the section prescribed imprisonment for a term which may extend up to 2 years or fine or even both. But after the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, the punishment for the offence under section 354 is imprisonment, which will not be a term of less than 1 year, but which may extend up to 5 years and also should be liable to fine. The amendment has increased the punishment and the provisions act as a protective shield to the women who face any sort of violence or harassment or indecency in the society. Thus, the acts of sexual harassment are condemned and are strictly punished to avoid further violence against women. So what are the frequently asked questions related to the section? So the question is the offence under section 354 a bailable offence? To answer this, the offence under section 354 is classified as a non-bailable offence and a cognizable offence. This offence is triable by any magistrate. Thank you so much.